Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading to the George C. Reifel Migratory Bird Sanctuary located in Delta, BC, Canada. So this is just under an hour drive away from Vancouver, British Columbia, but the drive is pretty scenic. You do go by nature as you're getting there, and you do see multiple farmlands, which is nice. However, do keep in mind that you do need to reserve ahead of time before visiting this sanctuary. For us, we got lucky. We didn't know that we had to reserve beforehand, but they still let us in anyways, just because they weren't too full that day. However, if you guys are planning on visiting, I do recommend you guys booking a appointment or a reservation time. And to do this, just go on their website and it should be pretty intuitive from there. What's pretty cool about the sanctuary is that there's over 300 different species that have been recorded here, and it is one of 92 federal migratory bird sanctuaries in Canada. Furthermore, the vast amount of land as well as the nature landscape makes it a great place to visit. Take your family, bring the kids, or just go with a partner or even by yourself. And as a quick disclaimer, I'm not a bird expert, so you'll see me butchering the names. I won't really know any species, but this video hopefully serves as a sort of preview of what you might expect, or if you're just curious what this bird sanctuary has to offer. We definitely had a lot of fun, and so these are some of the highlights that we saw. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Right off the bat, we see a bunch of different ducks. I'm pretty sure these are Malar ducks, the male and the female ones. But what's really cool is they're kind of scattered everywhere right in the entrance. You can see a bunch, and they're very friendly. I feel like they're not afraid of humans. They kind of walk up to you. I'm pretty sure people can buy bird feed and feed these birds. They do permit that in certain areas of the park. However, it is advised that you wash your hands after, as there is an avian flu going on. After we're greeted by the ducks, we continue to walk along this trail where we do eventually find these little huts, or sort of these warmth shelters, as I like to call it. If you're cold, because we went during the winter, you can go in there, get warm, sit down if you need to, rest, and then you can be on your way again. I think that's a really nice touch, especially since the admission prices were quite cheap. I believe they were only $6 to $8, depending if you're an adult or a senior. I believe kids are slightly cheaper as well. We soon stumbled upon these birds. They had like some red or orange wings. That was unique. Never seen those birds in my life. I don't know the species, unfortunately, but you guys can see that someone put some bird feed in that area, and so the ducks and the birds are flocking towards it. I believe you can purchase those bags for pretty cheap at the entrance. One thing really nice about this park is that there's a lot of water. There's a lot of not just grass and trees, but these bigger water bodies and little lakes as well as creeks. It makes bird sighting more fun. I think you definitely get a bigger variety of birds coming and sort of inhabiting this area. And in the distance, you can see a sandhill crane just chilling there. And look, we got more on shore. We did see a number of these kind of cranes. They're very unique. I've never actually seen one in person before, but they're sort of among the ducks here, where they're also trying to get some feed from the humans. And yeah, a bunch of ducks. Can't get them in a row. They're all over the place. One of the cranes were sleeping, which is pretty interesting, and they're just going about their day. And obviously, none of these birds are actually afraid of humans. It seems like they're all surrounded by humans, and they're not really irritated by it. And you can see someone here feeding them. I think it's a great kind of adventure. It's fun for the family. And yeah, definitely, I think if you guys are thinking of visiting this place, it is worth the drive out here in Delta. It has a long history, this farm. I believe it started before the 60s. So yeah, this has been going on for quite a while. Very well maintained, super clean. Can't recommend this enough. And you guys can see we soon spot a bunch of these sandhill cranes, and this was sort of the sounds that they were making from that day. Pretty fascinating, quite a unique kind of scream. I never heard that before, so definitely a new experience for myself. And yeah, check out these birds. They got some weird looking feet. I've never seen that kind of feet before. I don't know what species again. Sorry, guys. But I just thought, how unique it looks. Very cool. Must have really good swimming abilities. That's all I can kind of see. As you guys can kind of see, there's already quite a few different species that we can see today. And this is a winter season, so typically during the winter times, there's less species that you can possibly spot. However, as you guys may know, what we're really kind of interested in looking for is a owl. I've actually personally never seen owl out here in the wild, so then I went crazy trying to look for one. I was looking all over the trees above me, trying to see if I can spot an owl, but it is not as easy as it appears. But yeah, we continued our walk. We walked through the forest area, and it kind of goes on the outskirts of the park, so you can see sort of the outer bounds. There's multiple routes in this sanctuary. You can spend as much time as you want in here, but typically they close around sunset, so I think 4 p.m. during this time. But yeah, as you walk, you can see all these sort of bird houses filled with feeds. You can observe all these different types of birds, different color birds. A lot of these are quite unique, I think, to the sanctuary. However, soon we did manage to find a owl. I was super shocked. It's quite hard to actually see. And then we found another one soon after, up higher in the trees. So yeah, that was a blast. Definitely didn't expect to be able to find one. I've never actually seen one in person. So yeah, this was a cool moment for me. I've always seen it in TV or in films, but just seeing one in person was quite fascinating, to say the least. After being enlightened by those owls, we continued our trek down the path, and we're trying to make a little bit of a loop around the park. We didn't explore every sort of path along this sanctuary. It would take way too long for us. So we kind of just walked, in a lap. There's some trails we didn't take, but we took the main trail from what I can remember. Here you can see, my mom trying to feed the birds, and more ducks, always ducks. Never a shortage of ducks here. I don't know where they all come from, but they seem to really like this place, and they look quite healthy. So, cheers to them, right? And what's really cool is that there is this sort of bird viewing area, which is nice. You guys can see it's a beautiful area. We got the creek, the calm creek. We got some birds, but importantly, we have this large sort of tower where you can climb up and get a better view of not only the birds and the nature in this area. You can also spot some of the mountains in the distance, and sort of there's a ferry terminal, I believe in near Tawasan, and you can see the ports. Very cool landscape, and honestly just a breathtaking view in general. So I think climbing up this ladder is well worth it. Great view of British Columbia, the mountains. Yeah, I know I've been kind of repeating myself, but honestly it was a great view. I can't recommend doing this enough. And this area is about the furthest point in the park, I believe. So then after that, we started heading our way back, but through a different trail in hopes of seeing some different species of birds that we didn't see earlier. So you can see, a long path here, which is cool. You can take the other path, which is on the other side, as you guys see here in the middle island. We probably should have taken that path. Probably would get more opportunities to see other species, but we chose the path least taken, and so we continued on. We see different nests, probably made by birds, and yeah, I mean this is a bird video, so everything is probably bird related. And yeah, we have more ducks here, and honestly, just the landscape is just so breathtaking. Even though we maybe didn't see the most number, of birds. We really enjoyed the view. The nature, I think, is very nice in this area. Super clean air. If you guys haven't even visited British Columbia or Canada, highly recommend you guys come check it out. We got some of the best scenic views, I think, in all of North America here. So definitely a great place to live, and at the same time, go out and play. So I guess what I'm getting at is, even if you're not a bird enthusiast, I guess I'm kind of part of it. I don't know anything about birds, but I still really enjoy the walk, the scenic views, I think itself is already worth it. Just look at this beautiful landscape. We got the greens, we got the water, we got the sky, you know, cloudy, but it's still, you know, a blue sky. And this is all in winter time in British Columbia, so definitely I think a great visit. You can see all these panels educating you about the bird species that can be found here, and I think it's a great learning opportunity if you are into if you do want to learn the different species. I mean, I learned what a sandhill crane was, and a mallard duck, even though they're sort of the most basic forms of duck. Here we can see a bunch of ducks following me around as I'm walking. This one even landed for me because, you know, they come around thinking that you might throw food at them, so that's why they're super friendly. You know, they would come up to you. A lot of these would just walk towards you. However, they still respect your space. They're not going to peck your leg or take food out of you. They'll sort of just walk up near you and then see if you kind of give them any food. And once, you know, you disappoint them, you see them start flocking away, plopping into the water. Benches are laid out throughout this park. You can sit down whenever you're tired. And again, like I mentioned before, there's also those rooms where you can chill and relax in a nice heated cabin. So, you know, I did get some good pictures, probably the most ducks I've ever seen in my life. It was a great visit. I do really enjoy this park. And even as we're leaving, we hear these bad boys kind of scream at us again. Very unique sound. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe if you guys want to. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I see you guys on another video.